Sid Edwards. I'm here at the Renaissance Hotel to help honor the KY Track Club. The KY Track Club is very important to me. It is a huge part of the fabric of Baton Rouge, East Baton Rouge Parish, and all the young men and women that they have mentored and tutored and taught and prepared them for high school, college, and even the pros and beyond. KY is an institution, and I am so excited to be here today to show my respect to all the coaches and leaders of this fine organization. Baton Rouge, thank you.
One more time, how are we doing this wonderful early afternoon? Much better, much better. We want to thank you guys for coming out and celebrating 50 years of excellence here with KY Track Club. It has been a wonderful journey of excitement, of hard work, of dedication, of sacrifice, of commitment, of seeing the lives of young people change through daily actions, whether it's on the track, whether it's in the classroom, all because of the heart of community members like yourself that have come together for a love of the young people of the city of Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. We could not do this without your help and without the help of so many who have laid the framework and foundation for such an amazing organization such as KY Track Club. At this time, we just want to thank you guys so much. And again, we want to remind you that your continued dedication and support is how we continue to not only bring you 50 years of excellence in the community, but to continue on the legacy throughout for another 50 years and beyond. As you will see on your table, there are cards on your table with a QR code. And on that QR code, you can bid and you can actually donate right now to KY Track Club. And as a special thank you for your love and support, the highest donations, we have something very special for you. Of course, we know we have had so many amazing participants with KY Track Club. One of our most notable will be joining us here today. And as a special thank you for your gift, the largest donation will receive something very special signed from KY's own NFL legend, Word Gunn. Huh? Y'all give a big round of applause for that. Come on. But of course we know there can only be number one. There can only be one. But we have something even better for that, for our second and third place givers as well, as we have some signed autographed items for you as well. And for our third highest giver, we have a very special one-night stay where you will get a chance to just kind of get a relaxation, vacation, staycation, for you to be able to let your hair down, get some stress off you, and just really relax. So again, we invite you to use those QR codes on your table, send in those donations, those gifts. We are so grateful that you guys are joining us, and we're thankful that you have been a part of this 50-year legacy, and we look forward to another 50 years. At this time, we would like to welcome up our president of KY Track Club at this time. Please give a big warm welcome as she comes to the stage for Miss Fatima Jean-Pierre.
Hello everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to the KY Track Club 50th anniversary celebration. Today we gather to celebrate 5 decades of excellence, dedication, family, and tradition. Since 1976, KY Track Club has impacted generations of athletes both on and off the track, building not only champions in competition, but leaders in our community. We are honored to welcome our distinguished sponsors, elected officials, alumni, coaches, parents, and athletes, supporters, and special guests who have joined us for this historic occasion. Your presence here today reflects the incredible legacy and lasting impact of KY Track Club. To our sponsors and community partners, thank you for your continued support and investment in our youth. To our elected officials, thank you for recognizing the importance of programs that empower and uplift our community. To our alumni, thank you for paving the way and carrying the KY legacy throughout the years. And to our current athletes and families, thank you for continuing the tradition of hard work, discipline, and excellence. As we celebrate 50 years of memories, victories, friendship, and community impact, we also look forward to an even brighter future for KY Track Club. Today is more than a celebration, it is a tribute to the generations who built this legacy and to those who will continue it for years to come. Welcome to the KY Track Club 50th anniversary celebration, celebrating 50 years of pride, perseverance, family, and track excellence.
Thank you guys. Now, of course, any celebration that we have, we want to make sure that we are doing things in decency and in order. And we have an amazing meal that we're going to take part in shortly. But before we kick things off, I would just like to welcome up Mr. Charles Davis to provide us with our invocation for this afternoon's program. Everyone, please welcome Mr. Charles Davis, everyone. Come on.
Good morning, everyone. Praise the Lord. So, ask everyone to bow our heads. Heavenly Father and dear gracious Master, we come to you today with grateful hearts, giving you all the honor, the glory, the praise, and the incredible milestone for the 50 years of KY Track Club. Lord, we thank you for being the foundation of this organization since 1976. Through every practice, every competition, every challenge, and every victory, your hand has guided this club in the many lives connected to it. Father God, we thank you for the visionaries, founders, coaches, mentors, volunteers, parents, sponsors, and supporters who poured their time, love, discipline, and wisdom into generations of young people. Thank you for every athlete who learned not only how to compete on the track, but how to walk in integrity, perseverance, leadership, and faith. We celebrate a legacy of excellence, community, and purpose. We thank you for the lives that have changed, the doors that have been opened, the scholarships earned, the friendships formed, and the dreams that were inspired through KY Track Club. Lord, continue to bless this organization for generations to come. Let the next 50 years be even greater than the first. Cover every child, every coach, and every family represented here today. Keep our youth encouraged, focused, protected, and grounded in your grace and purpose for their lives. We also ask that you bless this event and the food prepared for us. Bless every hand that prepared it and every person gathered at these tables. Let the meal nourish our bodies as the celebration nourishes our spirits and reminds us of the power of unity, love, mentorship, and community. May today be filled with joy, reflection, laughter, and inspiration as we honor the past and also look forward to the future. In the mighty and precious name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Good afternoon. KY Track Club is a nonprofit organization with a 50-year history dedicated to serving youth ages 6 to 18 throughout East Baton Rouge Parish and surrounding communities. Since its founding, the organization has remained committed to developing young people through athletics, mentorship, education, and community engagement. The organization was originally established as KY Track Club, with the name KY derived from the pronunciation associated with Community Advancement Incorporated and its partnership with the YMCA, which provided the team access to facilities during its early years. Over time, the meaning of KY evolved to represent keeping young, reflecting the organization's mission to support and empower youth both on and off the track. The origins of KY Track Club trace back to 1976, when the organization founding was suggested by Johnny Thomas, who was formerly the head track and field coach at Southern University. The founders were Edward Pooh James, a local attorney, and Elvin Whiteman. The program initially began as an all-girls track and field organization designed to promote the sport while providing structure, discipline, and opportunity for young people in the Baton Rouge community. Around 1976, the organization expanded to include broader participation. A boys program was officially added, allowing the club to increase its reach and impact throughout the community. During its early years, KY Track Club operated with support from the Mayor's Council on Youth Opportunity under the administration of Mayor Woody Dumas. This funding allowed the organization to thrive as part of a broader effort to provide positive outlets and opportunities for youth across the city. However, by the late 1970s and early 1980s, changes in funding and resources caused the program to decline significantly. At one point, participation dropped to as few as 2 or 3 athletes, placing the organization on the brink of collapse. Despite this critical low point, the club was rebuilt through the dedication and leadership of Coach Willie Williams and Coach Wendell Mack, who helped transition KY into a parent-supported and community-driven organization. Their commitment marked a pivotal turning point in the organization's history and laid the foundation for its long-term sustainability. Throughout the 1980s, KY Track Club continued to rebuild and grow under strong leadership. Coach Elvin Whiten played an essential role in stabilizing and developing the organization before departing around 1986. Following his departure, Coach Malin Choo Choo Brooks, Coach Amos Harrison, Lester Patterson, and a host of other coaches and parents stepped in to continue building momentum and strengthening the program. By the early 1990s, the club faced another major challenge when federal revenue sharing funds were discontinued in 1992, leading a significant decline in financial resources and participation. In response, KY Track Club became a self-sustaining organization, relying heavily on grassroots fundraising efforts such as car washes, raffles, product sales, and invitational track meets, with bingo being the most significant fundraiser. During this time, the organization expanded its leadership structure to include a dedicated board of directors, officers, volunteer coaches, and committed parents who work collectively to continue the mission of developing well-rounded student athletes. Leaders such as Greg Brown played a critical role in guiding the organization through this rebuilding period and positioning it for future growth. Also in 1992, KY Track Club partnered with USA Track and Field Foundation to participate in a pilot cultural exchange program designed to expose young athletes to international leadership, education, and cultural experiences. Through this initiative, several KY athletes, including Ward Dunn, Brandon Holden, Van Hiles, Sandra Grisby, Kobe LeBlanc, and Marquise Williams, traveled to China to represent Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the United States abroad. The program reflected KY Track Club's long-standing commitment to developing well-rounded youth by providing opportunities that extended beyond athletics and broadened participants' perspectives through cultural exchange and global engagement. In 1993, KY Track Club co-hosted with Louisiana State University to bring the Junior Olympics Nationals to Baton Rouge. In 1994, KY Track Club brought in the cross-country nationals to Holland Road Park. In 1997, KY Track Club won the bid to host the Junior Olympics Nationals at Southern University. Southern University was the first HBCU to host the Junior Olympics Nationals. One of the most defining chapters in the organization's history came through the life and legacy of Betty Smothers, a devoted parent whose impact extended far beyond her own children. Betty Smothers was a full-time police officer, part-time security worker, and head of her household, raising 6 children while remaining deeply involved in KY Track Club. Despite the demands of her responsibilities, she never wavered in her commitment to supporting her children and the broader KY family. Her work ethic, selflessness, and unwavering dedication embody the very values that KY Track Club strives to instill in its athletes: discipline, perseverance, resilience, and excellence in all areas of life. Following her tragic passing in 1993, the organization honored her extraordinary contributions by renaming itself the Betty Smothers KY Track Club in 1998. Her legacy continues to live on through her family and the countless lives she influenced. Her son, Ward Dunn, achieved national recognition as an NFL player and later served as chairman of the board for the organization. Carrying forward the values instilled in him through both his mother and KY Track Club, Derek Green also contributed as a board member and assistant coach, while Miss Willie Willer continued the family's connection to the organization. Betty Smothers' story remains a powerful example of resilience, sacrifice, and purpose, continuing to inspire generations of athletes and families within KY Track Club. In 2019, the organization officially returned to its original name, KY Track Club, reaffirming its commitment to its roots while continuing to honor the legacy of those who helped shape its journey. As part of that decision, the club permanently honored Betty Smothers by naming its annual track meet the Betty Smothers Invitational, ensuring that her impact and contributions will continue to be recognized and celebrated each year. Today, KY Track Club stands as a pillar within the Baton Rouge community, known not only for developing successful student athletes, but also for its continued investment in education, life skills, mentorship, and community wellness. Over the years, the organization has implemented various educational and developmental programs designed to support academic achievement and personal growth. In 2024, KY Track Club expanded its community impact by receiving funding through the Safe Hope Healthy Initiative under Mayor Sharon Weston Broome, aimed at reducing violence in the city. Through this initiative, KY implemented a mental health program focused on supporting at-risk and troubled youth, further strengthening its role as a community-centered organization. That same year, KY relaunched its tutoring program with initial funding provided by Representative Vanessa Caston-LaFleur, reinforcing the organization's commitment to academic excellence. In addition to these initiatives, KY Track Club has continued to receive support through sponsorships, grants, partnerships, and community donations that have helped sustain and expand its programs. In 2025, KY Track Club continued its growth by securing additional funding through the Mayor's Public Service Grant under Mayor Sid Edwards. These resources allowed the organization to expand programming to include financial literacy workshops, entrepreneurship training, and travel opportunities for athletes competing in the Junior Olympics. In 2026, KY further strengthened its partnerships and programming through support from organizations such as the Junior League and Baton Rouge Alliance for Students, continuing to broaden its impact on youth development, both on and off the track. To 50 years.
All right, 50 years with another 50 plus to go. Again, we thank you guys for coming out, celebrating with us as we celebrate 50 years of excellence. For those that are just coming in, you may not have heard, but on every table, we do have cards available for you to make donations. Again, without your community support and without helping undergird everything that goes on with KY Track Club, it makes it very difficult for us to continue to reach the youth of Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. So we invite you to take part in it right now. So please grab that QR code, scan, make a generous donation to KY Track Club. And as a special thank you, we do have some prizes available for those who shared the most. So again, we thank you guys so much. Hey, I just want to let you guys know that I was talking with the staff here, and they are so glad to be here helping serve you today. Now, they said they want to bring the food out, but they say first you got to take part in that salad that's on your table. So, I'm just saying, don't worry, I need to grab one myself. So at this time, please feel free, take part in the salad. We will be providing the meal shortly, and we ask that you please direct your attention to the screen as we have a special presentation. The consistency of everyone who spoke whether it was a coach, whether it was a founder, whether it was a participant, whether it was a parent, they all speak about the same impact, which shows the level of consistency, dedication, and commitment to all those who have been a part of this foundation for so many years. Speaking of that foundation and part of that impact, here to welcome up our guest speaker, I would like to invite the son of our founder. Please welcome, as we prepare for our guest speaker, the intro provided by none other than son of Baton Rouge. Let's give a warm round of applause for Mr. Ted James.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to be here before you to introduce, well, not really introduce because you all know him, but to bring up one of our key members of KY and one who has made Baton Rouge proud all across the country, and that's none other than Mr. Warrick Dunn. Warrick Dunn is a former Pro Bowl, three-time Pro Bowler, NFL running back, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and an advocate whose impact extends far beyond the football field. Warrick Dunn gained success at Catholic High School. I remember a bunch of touchdowns against the McKinley Panthers. I wasn't a big fan of Warrick back when I was a student at McKinley. But Warrick had a successful career at Florida State University and then a 12-year NFL career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Warrick is a proud athlete of KY track clubs starting in 1988 to 1992. During his time with KY, Warrick not only developed as an athlete, but also as a young leader, shaped by the values of discipline, perseverance, community, and excellence that continue to define KY today. He later remained deeply connected to KY, serving as the chairman of the board during the early 2000s and helping guide the organization's continued growth and impact within the Baton Rouge community. Warrick has also been a part of the Cultural Exchange Pilot Program initiated through a partnership between U.S. Track and Field and KY, representing Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the entire country abroad in China. This excellence reflected the organization's commitment to exposing young people to leadership, education, and opportunities far beyond athletics. Off the field, Warrick is nationally recognized for his philanthropic work through Warrick Dunn Charities, which he founded in 2002, inspired by the life and legacy of his mother, Betty Smothers. The organization has helped hundreds of single-parent families achieve first-time ownership and financial sustainability through its Home for the Holidays program and other community initiatives. A well-respected public speaker, mental health advocate, Warrick has openly shared his personal journey of resilience, leadership, and overcoming adversity. His story continues to inspire countless young people and families all across the country. So today, please join me, ladies and gentlemen, in welcoming our guest speaker, Mr. Warrick Dunn. So the next, after we're gonna do it like in church, we're gonna do a little song before the speaker comes up. So we're gonna do some awards before we bring up Mr. Warrick Dunn.
All right. As it was stated, we are getting ready to recognize our founders. Without their vision, without their dedication, without their commitment, we would not be here celebrating 50 years of excellence and success with KY Track Club. So at this time, we ask that you please give a warm welcome for every name that is called before us as they come and receive their awards. At this time, we would like to welcome up Edward Pooh James to receive the Founder Award. Let's give him a big round of applause, everyone. Also, we would like to welcome Mr. Willie Williams, Coach Willie Williams, to receive his award. Now, of course, we know that there are others that are joining us in spirit and in memory, and we also want to honor them as well. In addition to our founders, it also takes commitment, dedication to be a part of this and leaving a lasting legacy of 50 years. At this time, we would like to welcome our Legacy Award recipients. We would like to welcome none other than Mr. Amos Harrison, everyone. Let's give him a round of applause. We gladly accept Mr. Harrison's award on his behalf. We would also like to welcome Lester Patterson, everyone. Let's give Lester a giant round of applause. We too accept his award on his behalf. At this time, we would like to welcome none other than Wendell Mack, everyone. Let's give a big round of applause for Wendell. Mr. Wendell Mack, our Legacy Award recipient. We would also like to welcome at this time Mr. Willie Wheeler, everyone. Let's give a giant round of applause for Willie on his behalf. We proud. Mrs. Willie Wheeler, I'm sorry, please forgive me, as we accept the award on her behalf. At this time, we would like to recognize everyone. Let's give a round of applause for Mr. Ward Gunn as he accepts on behalf of his grandmother, Mrs. Willie Wheeler. We would like to recognize and honor Riley Underwood, our next Legacy Award recipient. We would like to honor Leonard Williams, our next kitchen Please forgive me. Now, I know this one is really going to touch a lot of hearts. And as I said before we started presenting awards, that there are many that have impacted KY through the years that are not here with us in body, but are here with us in spirit and in memory. This one is really going to be special. I ask that we all recognize and give a giant round of applause of love. Malin Choo Choo Brooks. Let's give a big round of applause, everyone. We thank you all. At this time, we would also like to recognize our Heritage Award recipients. We would like to recognize Joe Darville. At this, we proudly accept this award on their behalf. We would also like to honor Calvin Moore. Everyone accepting this award on behalf of Joe Darville. Let's give a round of applause, everyone. At this time, we would like to recognize James Trotter, everyone. Let's give James a giant round of applause. At this time, we would also like to recognize Charlie Floyd. Let's give Charlie a round of applause. Before we receive our guest speaker, we would also like to acknowledge all of the countless coaches and instructors who have been part of KY Track Club. At this time, if you have participated with KY as a coach or an instructor, we ask that you please stand so that you may receive your round of applause and your flowers. We thank you. So at this time, we would like to welcome son of Baton Rouge and a former alum of KY Track Club. Let's give it up a giant round of applause for none other than Mr. Warwick Dunn, everyone. Let's give him a round of applause.
Short, so just this a little bit, but good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here, honestly, celebrating 50 years of KY Track Club. I mean, it means so much to me about the impact that the club had on my life early on. And I do have to recognize Coach Willie. He came and found me. And searched for me, and he came and found me, and that just really led me on the path of, the path that I've been on, for my entire life. But, track and field for me played a huge role in the success that I've had, not just on the football field, but in life as well. So, I'm thankful for that. But it takes building a team. It takes coaches pushing you to be your best. And I had really great coaches back then, Coach Willie, I had Amos, I had Coach Mack, Malin Brooks, I had Coach Best. They all challenged us back then to, always do your best, put your best foot forward. And honestly, their direction really helped me be who I am today, a part of that journey in my life. And I am thankful for that, and believe it or not, I ran track from 9 years old, until I was 18, pretty much. And I had the opportunity to really travel across the country, and what track and field did for me was it opened my eyes to not just Baton Rouge, but we got a chance to run to Lincoln, Nebraska, Champaign, Illinois. We traveled back and forth to Texas. It really opened my eyes and my horizons that I not just thinking about, love Baton Rouge, but it's a whole world out there that we can experience. And those things really open our eyes as kids. And a lot of guys that I ran track with, and females, we got an opportunity to really explore and see life differently, what you can live when you move forward. And I do have to thank for all the coaches for that impact. And for me, when I started running track, I was a little short, fast kid and so forth, but at the same time, can I go out and compete and really push myself to hopefully be one of the best on the track? And, the challenge that I had with my other teammates is that if they beat me one day, my mindset was that, I'm gonna come back out, I'm gonna compete so that I can come out and show them that we're gonna push each other to be the best. And we really learned that early on, that we're all great athletes. How can we help each other be better? And KY was really a part of that, and the coaches that we had was really a big part in that. And I'm thankful for them pushing me. And, I know that a lot of my journey lately, was, from my mom and her journey as being a police officer who was also coaching, and my mom was state champion of high hurdles. So it's kind of in my genes a little bit to run track. My father ran track as well, so he was a track guy. And I just think now it took Coach Willie coming to find me and really pushing me and pushing, all of us to really exceed the limits that we thought we had. Sometimes we, as athletes, we reached this certain point. We don't realize that we can actually do more. We can actually, perform better, but are you gonna put the work in? And it was really about that work ethic, that commitment that we made early on as kids. And from 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, they really pushed us at that peak time in our lives. And honestly, did we like it? No. You're not gonna like it. But in the end, you look back and you're just like, oh my God, that was so impactful, because the coaches don't realize they help me create certain habits, certain routines, certain had certain structure, certain discipline that it really helped me, like I said, be who I am today. And I am thankful for all of them just being in my life and impacting me in such a way. And I would tell you too, like Choo Choo, he impacted so many kids, and I know all the coaches have, but he was the only, I'm the only individual he actually considered like his son when he passed. And he was more like my father figure, someone who helped me and helped my mom to help me be who I am today. Really, with the structure, the discipline, just at home. And I created these routines, these habits that really just, it's who I am today, pretty much. And with Choo Choo, and how he challenged me, and honestly, when I was playing football, he moved me from running back to receiver when I was 12 years old, and I did not like it. I wanted to play running back. Tony Dorsett was my idol, but he was already thinking down the road. He was thinking about the future. He was thinking about, you need to learn how to catch. You need to be multi-talented. You need to do this, you need to do that. And I didn't like it, but at the same time, he was already thinking about possibilities for me and my future when it came to football. He was already pushing me on the track, but he saw something in me. And without his guidance, I mean, I don't know if I would be where I'm at today. And he's someone that is truly, truly impactful, and I know he's impacted so many kids who have ran track. And I talked to Katina Best, and her dad was coaching, and just the impact he had on her life and what he did to help her be the best that she could be. And it's just all of these coaches, part of this 50-year history played such a huge role into the structure, the process, but the success that a lot of us had coming up. Because we grew up in the hood, and in the hood it's not a lot of positive. It's, you're trying to survive. But we had structure and process and routines and habits that we created that really molded us to be excellent students, but also great human beings, and not just great athletes. So just thank you all coaches for your guidance, your leadership, and the love that you guys showed towards us. And believe me, we did not like it, but looking back, we love you guys and appreciate all that that direction, that structure that we needed in our lives. And I know for me, just coming up and having that structure and that process and going through adversity, you also build relationships with individuals that you grew up with, that you have worked with, that you ran track with, that also now at my time of need, that were there to support me. So KY stepped up when I lost my mom, and they really, they were there for my entire family, my brothers and sisters, and they took care of us, and they kept us on the right path. And when we fell down, we had that support system to get back up, to move forward. And KY is just, those are the type of coaches that we had back then, and I know now, similar coaches where, they want to support the athletes, want to support them through their journey, because every journey is not going to always be at the high. You're going to have your ups and downs. But are you strong enough as an individual to know that you have support on the outside to help you get along that journey? And for me, KY was always there for us. So thank you guys for being there during our time of need when I lost my mom. And I just turned 18 years old 2 days before that. And now I became the head of the household of 6, oldest of 6 in my family. So I relied on my coaches to do a lot, and I know Choo Choo really stepped in and helped me as well. So thank you guys. And in life, we're gonna have our ups and downs. Is life over? No, it's not. We're gonna all fall down. But utilize your network, people you surround yourself with. And I always tell kids this when I talk. I said, you are who you surround yourself with. So if you're around people who are just gonna tell you everything that you wanna hear, that's not always in your best interest. You have to surround yourself with people who are going to challenge you to always be better. They're going to support you, and they're going to tell you the truth. Not someone who's just going to always, pat you on the head, you're great, you're great, you're great. And the reality of it, are you actually putting in the work? And it's not just on the track or football field, but it's also in the classroom. It's also in life. It's how we treat each other on a day-to-day basis. And, we respect our elders. I grew up in an era where, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I still say that. People are like, you don't have to say that. Like, I'm from the South. Yes ma'am, no ma'am. Yes sir, no sir. I'm going to always respect my elders because I grew up that way. And today is just one of those days that coming back here, 50 years to celebrate an organization that impacted my life so much, I'm just truly thankful. And thank you guys again for the love and support over the years, and I'm just happy to be here. So thank you guys.
Let's give him another round of applause, everyone. Come on. Mr. Dunn, if you could, we would like to invite you back up for a special presentation. I would just like to say what makes your legacy so impactful is the humility and grace that you've carried throughout your career. As a fan, as someone who has looked up to you, and I know on behalf of everyone else here, seeing your countless efforts and what you've taken, not just from all of those who have deposited into your life, but to carry that on and to be an ambassador for Baton Rouge, the city, everyone that has deposited in you throughout your career, not just here in Baton Rouge, but all around the country. To see that impact is what KY has stood for 50 years and will continue to stand for another 50 years. And what makes it so amazing is your grace and humility in which you do it with. So at this time, we would love to present you with your award for your lasting impact over the last 50 years and what you and your family have brought and been as a foundation for KY. Let's give Mr. Dunn a giant round of applause, everyone. Now again, we know that the impact goes well beyond just actual physical time and dedication, but it also requires donations as well as gifts and seeds that we continue to sow into the lives of everyone. Again, your QR codes are on the table, and we do ask that you please share your gifts and donations with the club so that we may continue on for another 50 years. We do have some tremendously amazing gifts that we would like to share with you for our largest sponsors as well as our second and third level sponsors as well. So at this time, let's give Ms. Jenkins a giant round of applause as she brings some of the items that we have for you today. As you can see here, we have an autographed football, courtesy of Mr. Dunn himself, in which our highest level sponsor will receive. Now, how often can you have memorabilia from an all-pro player, someone who has had such a lasting impact in the NFL and beyond, in your home? You can have this today simply by scanning that QR code and donating to KY Track Club. And of course, I know you would like to have it. I would like to have it. I'm about to grab my phone and do it as well. We invite you to do that. And on top of that, we have a very impactful book, a memoir from Mr. Dunn himself that is signed just for you, that you can have an autographed copy in your home as well. Not only is it a great read, but it's also something great to have where you have signed in your home, especially for you. We invite you to scan their QR code right now and get those donations in.
Junior League of Baton Rouge. Do we have anybody? Okay, thank you for your support. And last but not least, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Not picking with you all day yesterday, huh? I'm sorry. Thank you. And last but not least, Dedrick DeRozan, DeRosa, one of our own board members, KY. Now we're going into our level sponsors. We're going to start off with Mr. Nightsheet, law firm. Mr. Teddy. Dedrick has been supporting us for years, and we truly appreciate all that he does for the youth in this community. Next, Baton Rouge Alliance. You saw something? Baton Rouge Alliance? Okay. Thank you for your support. Next we have Care South. Care South. Okay. Somebody's going. Thank you. Next, Southern Foundation. Anybody here from the Southern Foundation? All right. Thanks for your support. And our title sponsor for this evening, State Representative Vanessa Caston LaFleur. Would you come up? Take you home with me. Yeah, take you home. Stand here. Oh. We truly appreciate all the sponsors and all of those who give to KY. We don't, anybody affiliated with this organization don't take a salary, we don't get paid. It's all volunteer, and all the money you give to us go back to the kids in some capacity. So we really appreciate your support. It's not taken lightly. Okay, we're going to do some alumni recognition now. And we wanted to do this by decade. So those who ran with KY the first 10 years, would you stand to be recognized? First 10 years, 76, 80. Next 10 years, 86 to 96. Thank you. The next 10 years, 96 to 2006. Okay, and the next 10 is 2006 to think we have anybody for the next age group, right? 2016 and 2026? No. Yeah. They all ran yesterday. Oh, okay. Okay, so the next part of this, we want to talk about the vision moving forward for KY. As KY celebrates 50 years of excellence, leadership, and service to the community, or our community, we proudly look forward to the future with renewed purpose and vision. Our commitment remains centered on empowering the next generation of young athletes, both on and off the track. Our vision for the future includes the development of a state-of-the-art track stadium and training facility that will provide year-round opportunities for youth development, athletic training, mentorship, and community engagement. This facility will serve as a lasting investment in the lives of young people throughout Baton Rouge and the surrounding communities. We also envision unifying local track clubs and organizations to collectively pool resources, knowledge, and support systems that will help strengthen opportunities for young athletes. Through collaboration and partnership, we can create a greater access to training, competition, education, and mentorship programs that positively impact our community. In addition, KY Track Club remains committed to expanding our educational support and mental health initiatives to ensure athletes are equipped not only for athletic success, but for the success in life in total. By focusing on academic achievement, emotional wellness, leadership development, and personal growth, we continue to develop the complete student athlete. As we honor the legacy built over the past 50 years, we understand that our work is far from complete. The foundation laid by our founders, coaches, volunteers, alumni, and supporters continue to inspire the path forward. The mission remains strong. The vision remains clear, and the legacy continues. Coach Woody, do you mind coming up again one more time, sir? I really like to take a personal privilege to thank all the people who did interviews through this process, and also Coach Willie and Pooh James. You don't know how many videos and sessions they had to try to create what we had. And they were always patient. They probably were talking bad about us when they left, but they all showed up and they would do their parts. We really appreciate it. Coach Willie, on behalf of the KY board, we want to honor you by giving you this award. Which will allow you to be board member emeritus, KY Track. Did you want to say something, Coach? No. I think he said no. All right. Thank you. So as we close this part of the program, I want to give special thanks to Amos Harrison, Black House Sports Media, Crown Trophy, Derek Green, I saw Derek in here, Drell Harris, Edward James, Fast Signs, Gold Star Trophies, K&B Rentals, Cool Costumes Photography, Michael Foster Project, Peregrine's Florist, Red Torch Consulting, Renaissance Hotel, Ted James Strategies, The Fox Shop Events, Chiller's Construction, Tony King is Funny, Warwick Dunn, Coach Willie Williams, KY Track Club Parents and Friends, KY Track Club Administration and Coaches, and the KY Track Club Board members. Thank you all for your support and effort in bringing this event to culmination. Kateri, that's it. Do you want to say something on behalf of your family? Mr. Rosby was a very important member of this organization, and I see you here, so if you'd like to say something on behalf of your family, you're more than welcome. I think you're still coaching Baton Rouge High Track, head coach?
I can...
Oh, Bulldogs. Come on up there. Okay, whatever you're comfortable with.
So, I don't want to talk long, but my dad became treasurer after I started running, and he pretty much ran every practice. I had practice, my dad was out there running, so a lot of the kids that ran when I ran, Katrina, Brittany Harris, my dad was out there. My dad loved running. It was his thing, and he was just proud to be a parent, and he became treasurer, and even after I graduated from high school and went on to college, he was still treasurer a good 2 or 3 years after I graduated and moved on. And he just loved it. He liked being a part of something. And I just remember him smiling. He just loved track. Even after, I moved on and I became a coach. He would come to my track meets just to be there, just because I wasn't running anymore. He just loved it, and he loved the KY organization. My mom enjoyed it. She started a little side business to just help fund me and my sister because we ran and, didn't always have extra money. So she was always excited to sell the raffle tickets, and she sold those raffle tickets and just helping out at the meets. And I remember my dad just wanting everything to be clean at Port Allen High School. He was so excited. Restrooms got to be clean. Everything's got to be perfect. Like, he was a stickler about those things. And it was just a great organization I grew up in. And, I didn't do a testimony, so I kind of feel like I'm doing that. But sports are a good way to build character, learn to work with people who don't necessarily have the same values and goals as you, and also time management. So I appreciate being part of the KY Track Club all of those years. Thanks for recognizing me and my father and my family, my sister. We're just happy to be here. I'm happy I could come. So thank you.
One thing, I don't know if we did this, but do we have any elected officials here this evening? We'd like to recognize you. And I know the mayor was here earlier. He had to leave. All right. Councilwoman Coleman, you're a family. And you know your family with us. We appreciate all that you do. You always show up, and you always support us. We really appreciate that. Although you're not out there visually or vocally, we appreciate you. State representative, you, okay. Anybody else? Okay. 2 more things. Ms. Vasta Jenkins, would you come up? I guess Vashti, we started this whole programming process maybe October of last year. It was before then? Okay. So there was a lot of meetings with the administration and her and trying to figure out how to do this and make it meaningful. And we really appreciate your efforts and all that you did, staying focused. And on behalf of KY, I'd like to present you with this award. Second thing before I close this section, we are very thankful for USA Track and Field Foundation. We found out maybe a week or so ago that we received an award of just under $14,000 to actually do another track meet. And it's a grant program that we applied for, and it's a way to just promote more track and field for our athletes, for young folks. So we wanted to share that with you and also to give them a show of appreciation for selecting us and allowing us to do more for our youth. So thank you to USA Track and Field Foundation. And Mr. Tony, I want to appreciate you, man. Come on. See, if you don't know me, I'm always planning, and when I won't review something, I want to review it, you know, and everything. And Tony was the toughest person to catch up with to figure out everything, but he always had stuff. You know, he always did what he said he would do, and I appreciate that, man, okay? And I'm not going to take any money from you, because I took it almost half the time, right? But we do appreciate all that you did for us. The videos, taking the documentaries, doing the interviews, he did all this. So we really appreciate that he DJ'd the alumni event and also did the MC. So we really appreciate you. We didn't want you to join us. All right. So to everybody else, thank you for celebrating 50 extraordinary years of impact. Today was not simply about honoring the past, but investing in the future of the young people who would carry this legacy on forward. Thank you all. I think I'm done.
I'm not gonna say nothing, but that last one was my line. But we thank you guys so much. And I know we've been clapping and we've been showing a lot of love today, but it just really cannot be said enough what 50 years of excellence really means. And Ms. Burrell said in the video, nothing lasts for 50 years without being great. So at this time, if we all could just stand and really give love to everyone who has come before us and everyone who is coming after us for 50 years and for another 50 years and more to come. It could not have been done without everyone here, everyone in our hearts, everyone in our memory, and we thank you all so much. But the mission continues. Again, if you have not as of yet, we still invite you to give. As Mr. LaFleur said, all of your assistance goes to the kids in helping to shape the lives. And who knows, there may be another Warwick Dunn, there may be another Erica Burrell, there may be another Miss Catherine, there may be another one of these great alumnus that come through KY Track Club, and your help and donations can go forward with that. Guys, at this time, we invite you to relax and we invite you to enjoy the sounds that are getting ready to come before you. Soon, the Michael Foster Project will be preparing and getting ready to entertain you all, but we invite you to continue to enjoy and celebrate 50 years and 50 years to come. Again, I have been your host MC today. I am Tony King. We invite you to stick around. We love you. Thank you.
been, hanging in there, doing good. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a little something. Hopefully we can play before everybody leaves. Yes, okay. Always good.